Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about the final New World Podcast of 2023, the final pay-per-view of 2023 from AEW. I'm talking about World's End in Long Island, New York. We got Excalibur and Taz as the main commentary team, with Nigel and Tony switching in and out, and with the Bryan Danielson being on commentary later on. A lot has happened, and probably one of AEW's, not their best show, but the last three matches to save the show. So going into this, I did my Rampage review. I dropped it, and all of a sudden, I just saw Jericho was trending, Fire Jericho, and all this and that. And I was like, wait, what? And then I saw Kylie Ray's was trending, and I was like, wait, what? And some allegations to Chris Jericho have come out and stuff like that. So all day it was like, is Tony going to let him wrestle? What's Tony going to do? You know, because in most cases, in most companies, you know, something like an allegation or anything of that nature comes up, usually the company pulls the trigger and is like, okay, hold on, before anything goes here, you know, because there's harassment policies and stuff like that. We're going to stop. And then there's rumors, rumors, facts, whatever you want to call them, of Jericho having NDAs out there that people signed. So you can never have anything come back at you because, you know, you're signed to a contract and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh, so tonight's little big hoorah to end the year kind of is a little tainted going in. So, and you can feel it too, especially when we get to a certain match. Then we have Serena Deeb. She's coming back, returning soon. Big news coming out of tonight too. Kevin Dunn, 30 years now is going away from WWE. That's crazy. You know, there's a bunch of stuff was going on. The 0 Hour show, we had Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. What's funny too is like I did a picks and predictions, but this match wasn't on there, and the 8-man tag all-star tag team match wasn't on there. But I got, I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right out of 10. One I didn't pick for, so I gotta say this pretty good. Pretty good. And pretty good is Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. I really enjoyed this match. I thought this match was solid. These two deserve to be on the main card because when we're going into this, we found out too that Keith Lee is not cleared for action. So taking over his role was Dustin Rhodes. You can go two ways with this. You make it a Swerve just whoops his ass, or you just take the match off in general. We could have put Willow and Chris Statlander in this position to be on the main card. But no, we kept them on the 0 Hour. We have the, I want to talk about 20-man Battle Royal, but I'm going to skip over to Hook versus Wheeler Yuta. They beat each other. And the bad thing about this match, though, was there was some cool stuff. Hook won, of course, who retained the championship. And that was my pick. Is that when you have a countdown thing that you keep in the corner, you know they're rushing. You know that time's going to come up here soon. The match is going to end soon. And like there was no like a moment of like, oh man, who's going to get the win? Who's going to get the win? Without even looking at the clock, because the clock is right there counting down to when the show starts. So very distracting, but you know, it is what it is. Hook got the win. Then we get to the 20-man Battle Royale. Oh, fucking sloppy, man. And I already have my problems with Battle Royales in general. They can either be really great, really fun, or they can just be something that's just there, and there's just a lot of just mistakes were happening. And I thought this said for a championship anytime, anywhere. I was like, oh, so this is for the AEW World Champion, whoever was going to win this. Oh, this has to be Wardlow's time. Wardlow's got to win this, right? Then it kind of switched out. I was like, where's Wardlow? Then there were commentators talking like, yeah, then the winner gets to face the TNT championship. I'm like, oh, did I miss something? You know? And then as soon as that happened, I was looking at everybody. Then they start the match. They bury Lance Archer and Luchasaurus, and I was like, not Luchasaurus, Killswitch. Sorry, his name's changed. But Killswitch, I was like, oh, Killswitch is winning this. And Killswitch won this. So this is the one thing I was wrong on. I was like, no Wardlow. Okay, so Killswitch is going to win. So this is going to play into tonight's show, right? It sure did. We started off with that 8-man all-star tag. Claudio, Bryan Danielson, Mark Briscoe, Daniel Garcia versus Brody, Jay Lethal, and Roosh. And Daddy Magic is on commentary. Fun match to start the show. This match was awesome. And Daniel Garcia got the pin, got the win. I'm like, that man's a star. So right now we're setting the tone for the show, right? Right? Then we go to Andrade El Idolo versus Miro. Okay, this whole storyline with CJ Perry wanting to get clients and whatnot, and, you know, she's recruiting, and a big thing coming out tonight. This was Andrade's last match in AEW, so as soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, so Miro's going to go over, so I'm wrong on this pick when I picked Andrade. And to make things worse is CJ got hurt, like, her finger. So I didn't think she was going to make the show, but she made it. Her finger was covered and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so Andrade could be going back to WWE as soon as Monday. That's how things are going. In other words, Mercedes Moné, her talks with WWE fell apart. You know, we'll see how true that is. But yeah, a lot of things going in. And with this match, it just went way too long. And when the big reveal of CJ turns on Andrade, I was like, okay. Because he's about to finish off with the figure eight, and then like she pushes his hands, and then it's like, oh my god! I was like, okay, here Miro gets the win, and she's like, oh, my husband. I'm like, oh god, I don't care. it's just the whole time I was like, just come on, let's just put it into this. AEW Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Riho. I thought I was going to get a cool match, but no, just the pacing of this show was just unbearable at times. At times, I just wanted to be like, come on. You know? But there were some fun spots in this match, and Toni Storm got the win. She beat Riho, so I was right on this pick. Mariah May comes out. She gives Toni her flowers. And then we have Lexi backstage with Dante Martin. And he says he wants a championship. Orange Cassidy's like, okay, yeah, I will. I will give you. He goes, I'll give you the opportunity this Wednesday on Dynamite. Dun, dun, dun. Next up, Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee. No. Swerve Strickland versus Dustin Rhodes. So, this match, like I said, could have gone two ways. We could have had it be a squash and move on. And when I was like, okay, I'll just watch Dustin Rhodes and Swerve. They'll put on a good match. I know they will. And they bring the brick out. Well, Swerve attacks Dustin, brings the brick out, breaks his ankle with the brick, right? That's what we're visually supposed to see. And I was like, okay, cool. I like this. But no, Dustin Rhodes down that cowboy shit. Comes back in the ring. I think he kept forgetting which leg he was selling. But there was a certain point where I'm like, oh, well, that whole cool spot with the brick and everything is not effective anymore because he started moving around on it a lot better. You know, and then commentary can say all they want, but I was like, I like the idea of boom, break the ankle with the brick, and then that's it. Swerve can move on, you know. And I like what he says because don't waste my time with this shit. He's going after the championship. Yeah, so this match was very unnecessary because that crowd loved Swerve. I was watching videos from like the crowd and stuff like that on TikTok and X and everything like that, and just that pop he got, man. That Swerve is your next champion, like 100%. So I hope Tony can see that in Swerve Strickland because that dude is over, and no one give a fuck about this match. Going into it, you know, we're going into our next match is the 8-man tag match. Oh my gosh. I think this one really set the tone of like how we're going to go because we're waiting. Is like Tony going to stop Jericho from wrestling? Tony should stop Jericho from wrestling. This is not good for AEW right now. He sends Jericho out first. Mixed reaction. I was like, oh, they are okay. Then Sting, and when Darby comes out, he screams at the ring, "You piece of shit." You know, I was like, oh man, I'm already feeling uncomfortable. And Sammy Guevara's there. And then like we get the match started with Jericho. There's NDA chants. There's NDA signs in the crowd, you know, and there's CM Punk chants. Like every time Jericho got in the ring, it was a hard boo. Ricky didn't even want to work Jericho. Like he get in the ring and Ricky just flips him off. And I feel like that came from a real place. And like in this match, like Sting, Jericho, Darby won. And there was a point where Jericho knew the crowd was just not digging what's going on because of the controversy that went on. And he told Sting, like, hey, pound your chest, make him go, ooh, make him stop chanting this shit. And like, yeah, and then like there's moments where I felt like they were really stiffing Jericho, especially Big Bill. There had to be some hard shots. We have Big Bill, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Takeshita on the other side. And yeah, it just was one of those things where I feel like Tony should have been like, yeah, no, this concept of this match will happen later, you know. And now I'm wondering if he's still going to roll with Jericho and Sammy as Les Sex Gods and stuff like that. I don't think he should. I think Jericho should go away for a bit, you know, go clear up whatever allegations is going on here with Kylie Ray and stuff like that, you know, and, you know, just go away. Just stay away. Like, AEW didn't need this tonight. And the fact that Tony let it happen still. And I saw in the medium scrum, I don't know what's going on with his look, but he says, we're the safest wrestling promotion in the world. We're blah, 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 blah. We're safe. We're this, we're that. We don't tolerate shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, he just had an allegation, and he just had one of the biggest stars go out there and wrestle, and he got his ass booed. He got his ass probably kicked a little bit out there. Nobody was happy. You could just feel it in the air. Nobody was happy during this match. Rightfully so, because this match should have been pulled. Just saying. TBS Championship match was next. We're like, Julia Hart and Abaddon will save us, right? Let's sing Julia Hart's theme. No. And at this point, I was like, just get this over with. And then, of course, here comes Sky Blue and everything like that. We got This Is Spooky chants. That was cool. But, man, this match was like, okay. I don't get Abaddon. I really don't. But Julia Hart won. I was just like, okay, I'm okay with that. Like, I was right on my pick there. And I was right on my pick on the last match with the 8-man tag. Yeah, so then this is where it gets fun. The last three matches really brought the show back up higher on the level. With the TNT Championship, no DQ, except for the finish I didn't like. Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland. I picked Adam Copeland, so I was right there. Nick Wayne's mom's out there. Nick Wayne's out there. We have a fire table, and the fire table spot was kind of botched-ish. You know, like Adam was really trying to get that table to be on fire, and fucking poor Nick, he like power bombs him through it. He fucking like misses most of the table and just gets his ass that hits the table and everything like that. So he just, like I said, this was a match that was really, really fucking fun. Like it took two WWE vets to bring this crowd back, screaming, "This is awesome!" And yeah, like it was awesome. Like these two were, and then Adam Copeland gets the big win. Woohoo! We got a new TNT champion. Here comes Kill Switch. Oh, yeah, he's got that weird contract thing. Okay, well, he cashes in like a Money in the Bank. And then Christian Cage convinces him to give the surrender the contract, and he whispers something in his ear. Kill Switch is like, oh, okay, and then gives him back the contract, and Christian cashes in, and bada bing, bada boom, Christian Cage is the winner. And I saw a lot of people like, oh, my God, yeah, you know, he's so good, and he's so, I'm like, fuck this. What in the absolute dog shit kind of ending to a match is this? Like, and this contract thing is just like, and I know it said anytime, anywhere, anytime, you know, they're wording there. Yes, I get it, but like, for real? Adam, you were cool with this ending? You were cool, you know, and yeah, it gets Christian Cage a little more heat, but I I don't know. This is one of those things like, this match is awesome. And then that finish, and I was like, and then the second finish, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess most of that match was dope. So I was right and wrong. Next up, Continental Classic Final. Brian's on commentary. Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. One hell of a match. I really like the finish of this match where Eddie just laid it all on the line. I know I was so against Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and I was like, I just got to accept the fact that this is where we're going. And Eddie Kingston won, beat Jon Moxley in the middle of that ring, toe-to-toe, fisticuffs to fisticuffs. Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson's like, damn. And he knocked out Jon Moxley and got the win, and the 3 championships are on him now. I don't know where we're going to go with this Continental Championship. It says this is going to happen next year again. So does that mean that this championship is not really a championship? It's more of a trophy, So we'll see what happens in next year's Continental Classic. But Eddie Kingston is he's a triple champ, trip champ. Now into the main event, MJF versus Samoa Joe. I picked MJF at first. I was like, there's no way he's losing. Then after what happened on Wednesday with the Devil and everything, and Samoa Joe made a deal with the Devil, Samoa Joe is our new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And that finish, when MJF was getting choked out, and the ref even was like, what? Because he put up his arm. I was like, oh, we're going old school. And when he drops the arm, 1, picks up the arm again, 2. Then usually at the 3rd arm, it's like, oh, no, he's shaking. He's coming back to life. He's hulking up, But no, it just dropped again. And the ref was like, oh, well, it's over. Ding, ding, ding. Because even the ref hesitated for a bit because he was like, oh, I guess this is over. But rightfully so, Samoa Joe, won this match, and it was funny. So he won, and then he gets out real quick. And I was like, what's going on? And with everything that's happened, the Devil is finally revealed. Adam Cole is there. This, I think when he came in, I was like, all right, he's the Devil. He has to be. And so at the end, he gets in the ring with MJF. Then here comes the Devil's henchmen, and they grab MJF and they grab Adam Cole, and really great moment of like he's gonna hit Adam Cole, and MJF is screaming, no, you piece of shit, hit me. Lights go out, lights come on. Adam Cole is sitting in the black chair, hair down, pulls his hair back. The Devil is revealed to be Adam Cole. I was like, oh my fucking God. And then the rest of the crew took off their mask, and we got the Kingdom, who have the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships now. We have Roderick Strong, and we have Wardlow, and this is the new crew. And then Adam Cole took out the mask and laid it on MJF. But MJF's face when the reveal was like, no, man, what the? You were my only friend, and all the heartbreaking. And that's the way we ended. Samoa Joe's our new champ. Adam Cole's the Devil. Roderick Strong, the Kingdom, Wardlow. They were all in cahoots. And that was it. That's all. World's End in Long Island 2023. I give this show a solid 2.5 out of 5. And I would say that the good 2.5 goes to the last 3 matches of the show, even though I really didn't agree with the ending with the TNT Championship. So, yeah, a night of nights, the medium scrum, everything, so what do you think? Should have Tony canceled Jericho's match? Because I really think that was a big taint on tonight's show. Like, that really brought down some things, and you could tell a lot of people were uncomfortable in that match working with Jericho. So we shall see. Like, the last 3 matches saved this show for me, and that's why it's 2.5 out of 5. World's End was not as epic as I wanted it to be, especially for the biggest pay-per-view. And Tony needs to quit fucking overbooking matches. Like putting a lot of matches on there. Like 10 matches on a card, and it kind of almost got done under 4 hours, but needs some consistency, and the pacing needs to be there to be like, oh man, I can't wait till the next match. There's points in matches where I was like, oh God, please just fucking end. Like, I'm ready for this to be over. So 2.5 out of 5. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Dustin Rhodes, such an accomplished veteran pro, so many championships his whole career. I mean, Strickland's got a plethora of momentum.